I recently made 2 videos where I looked at some of the ugliest styles of PBA bowlers. I looked through all of your comments from my previous videos and there were many suggestions for other players that should have been included, which is why I decided to make a part 3, as there were so many more bowlers that I felt should have been included. There are many words to describe these styles. Ugly is one, although these would all be classed as extremely unorthodox. Although these bowlers didn't make it look particularly pretty, they were all very, very good. And it just goes to prove that it doesn't matter how you get the ball down the lane, all that matters is the consistency and the end result. So with that little intro out of the way, let's start with today's video. We have 5 more bowlers with ugly styles to look at today, so let's start with number 1, Don Carter.
And Don Carter is renowned among the world's great bowlers, the second man in history to be national match game champion 2 years in a row.
Runner up to him on 1. That's it. Oh, a typical Carter strike.
The consolation bracket of the Masters tournament finds 2 Detroit teammates opposing each other in the finals. Young Don Carter versus the veteran Thurman Gibson. He puts together 6 strikes in a row for a 254 final game and wins 888 to 826. It's a 62-pin margin and a great comeback for a great champion.
Don Carter was an absolute legend of the game and was actually a founding member of the PBA. He won 7 titles including 2 majors, but also won a number of tournaments pre-PBA. He was incredibly successful, but his style wasn't very easy on the eye. Although watching back on this old footage is pretty fascinating, and despite his strange style, he became one of the greats of the game. Number 2, Mike Lickin. I'm not even sure how to describe what's going on with Lickin's approach, so I'll let you just sit back and watch him bowl. All I'll say is that it's like watching something out of Fred Flintstone.
PBA champions and things of that nature. So they're going to be hard to beat. How about that? Puts his hand on the ball, takes about 7 or 8 steps and says, take that. Whoops.
Ooh.
Whoops.
Oh. And finished 3rd in that event.
That's right.
Crossing over, Mike Lickin.
Got the
10th frame, looking for his 10th. When I'll hush, we'll just let you watch it, folks. You watch. A big swing. Puts it down, looking for the 10th. How's it look? Yes, 10 strikes in a row. Mike Lickin. Bowler. Go one more time, Mike. Swings it out, brings it in. How's it look? Oh, just a little bit light, and the streak stops at 10.
Number 3, Bubba Fesp.
The opening match, won 3 games last week, got to the title game.
But the thing to watch here is his bent elbow as he goes to the foul line. When he gets up there and he's ready to throw that ball right about in that position, look at how that elbow is bent right there. It's more than Carter or Anthony ever did. And there's the result.
Shoot him straight, and I think that's the biggest key. If you notice, I change arm swings in the spare shot.
Fesp on a strike, looking for a double, turns it loose, shakes him up.
Somebody that was suggested numerous times by people was Bubba Fesp, and really it's his release that is the most unusual part of his approach. He really comes around it, and although it generates a lot of rotation, it doesn't look particularly smooth and just looks quite forced overall. Fesp didn't exactly have a long pro career. He was just bowling for 3 years on tour, but he did win 2 titles in that period and also made 5 other title matches, so he certainly had some success with his unusual style. But according to the internet, after his short stint on the PBA, Fesp started working as a car salesman. Number 4, Scott Divas.
Divas, the only lefty in the top 5. Our tournament leader was steady all week long.
He has 4 championships.
The 211 in the second game, and then 190 for the 2 players in the semifinal. What's going to happen here?
Well, he jumps out there quickly. The left-hander from Richmond, Indiana, born in Centerville, a little town nearby.
And, oh, he's nice and smooth, isn't he?
Scott Divas, an accuracy player. In these days of high friction lane surfaces, especially the synthetic lanes, have a higher surface friction than the wood lanes, causing the ball to hook a lot more. Divas still depends on accuracy.
Colby, who finished 6th. Leaving a 7-pin, the young 28-year-old professional who at one point in the event here in El Paso was 64th.
Here I am today.
Okay. My second job in broadcasting was in this man's hometown, WKBV in Richmond, Indiana.
Scott Divas, a lefty with a very odd approach. The way he swings the ball from the push-away is incredibly unorthodox, and it's quite impressive how he's able to deliver the ball consistently given how much movement there is in his wrist and swing. But bowling this way got him 4 PBA titles and a number of other top 5 finishes throughout his career. Number 5. Jeff Roche.
Whoa, and a big miss for Roche on his first throw on national television, and it looks like those nerves you were talking about before the break might be showing themselves here right now, Randy.
Find a way to get her done.
He is on the game's biggest stage. 10-pin. Roche picks up the spare here in the second. Hopefully that will ease the nerves a little bit. And he did not. There you see the unusual stylings of Jeff Roche as he leaves the 10.
Jeff Roche is our final entry on today's list, and you can see why. I'll just be honest and say that his style is not pretty. What we're seeing on screen now was Jeff's first TV appearance at the 2012 Cheetah Championship, which came after 6 years that he spent on the tour. It was a pretty rough one for him as he started with an open frame, missed a 10-pin in the 3rd, and then missed another 10-pin in the 5th frame. Finally, a split in the 8th would end his hopes of defeating Bill O'Neill in match number 2. As far as I'm aware, this would be his first and only televised PBA appearance. And there we have it. Those were 5 more bowlers with very ugly and unorthodox styles. But maybe there are even more bowlers that could have made this list. Perhaps if you'd like to see a part 4, maybe I will make that at some point, but I've got some other videos coming up very soon, which includes more breakdowns of classic PBA events and also some more best and worst moments on TV videos coming your way very soon as well. And I'd just like to thank you all for watching, and if you have enjoyed what you've seen and you've not yet subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button below. That's going to do it from me for today, and as always, thank you bowling fans, and see you all next time.